smells different. And if the smoke smells different, the food tastes different.
I would, yeah, maybe. I mean, I'm not sure if there's a different flavor. Maybe,
It is. If the smoke smells different, which goes into the meat, then that flavor has to be different. Science. Otherwise, these Texas guys wouldn't be so bonered for post oak.
True that.
As in that's all they use. So, but yeah,
is it just because it's more more prevalent down there versus
and it could
else?
be.
Like
so I
Michigan is hickory or apple because it's prevalent.
At our Ace Hardware, they have barbecue sticks, whatever it is, and they had both post oak and oak. I couldn't tell the difference in them really. I think post oak is actually harder. I think is part of it. It's a harder oak. So you get a longer burn out of it. You get better BTUs out of it, type of thing.
How long are your logs lasting?
Not very long.
Really?
They're kiln dried, so it's tinder. There's zero moisture in them at all. And they're not super big. I don't know. They're not all consistent sizes either, so there's some little tiny pieces, and I don't know, handful, depending on what I'm cooking. So, like chicken and ribs, I will just do like one piece of oak or hickory or whatever, and then a piece of fruit. And that's it. And it'll last about 45 minutes to an hour, depending on how hot and how long the smoker's been running already.
Yeah.
So if I do it right after it gets to temp, it won't last as long because the rest of the box isn't hot yet. So there's a longer adjustment period to get the box hot, more propane flame being shot in there, sticks don't last as long.
Okay.
So if I'm doing that at the end of like a normal evening cook where we're doing brisket and pork butts overnight and then put on the ribs and stuff, then yeah, it'll last like an hour-ish for those two little pieces of wood. Now for pork and brisket, yeah, I'm putting some sticks in there every hour for the first 4 hours. And then I'll just let it go off propane for the rest of the night. Because on average, that's how long these meats can absorb smoke flavor.
Yeah.
Coloring wise, now they'll keep getting darker, but as far as flavor, yeah, you want to hit smoke with 4 hours. So, but so
how's the propane going?
I got to get a gauge on it to figure out how much I'm using. But I just have one of our 100-pound cylinders because we had 2 extra ones because we used to swap them out on the trailer every week.
Yeah.
So I got one of those hooked up to it. It was full when I started. It's still very heavy after. I think we've done 3 overnight cooks on it and then some chicken cooking here and there. So yeah, all weekend long, we did all our meats on that, starting Thursday night. So yeah, our Friday, Saturday, and Sunday were everything was on GERT too. And yeah, for us, timeline wise, we're about the same. So, capacity wise, I'm surprised at how much I can get on there. And the biggest thing is I'm going from 2.5 shelves to 4 shelves where I can use all the shelves. You know, the Deep South has 3 shelves in it, but the bottom one, I have 2 very specific spots where I can put a pan that isn't going to burn up in 8 hours.
Oh, yeah.
So, but for this, yeah, I have 4 full shelves that I can load them up. So we had 16 pork butts on there and 2 briskets on there Friday night. And I still had a shelf and a half of usable space. Yeah.
That's a lot.
Uh-huh. Now, here's where the rest of the learning curve comes in.
Okay.
So we talked about that top shelf is the most direct heat source.
Mm-hmm.
So things tend to get a little darker up there. They get a little done faster up there. You put in 16 pork butts, obviously, the rest of the variance grows because you have less airflow through the whole thing. So yeah, when I got that morning, I think we had, of the 16 pork butts, 4 or 5 are ready at their expected normal time. The rest of them, I think I had one on for another 4 hours still after I wrapped it. So before all of them were off, which is fine. No big deal. It's not like we needed them super early, and that's why we cook so
you're
early.
getting that much of a temp swing from top to bottom?
And I had the top row loaded. So I went heavy on that top row. So anything below it really wasn't getting much airflow. So the spacing could have been better, I think, to aid. Yeah, but yeah. Between the first ones being done and the last ones being done, it was probably 4 hours. Yeah. So, and this is in pans, so pans take up more room. You're restricting airflow more. Blah 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 blah. So what I think is the best way to do it. And unfortunately, it's a pain in the ass. But I mean, we're not cooking that much meat right now all the time. This is, a handful of days out of the year.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have 2 of them coming up this week. Like I said, I'm cooking 20 butts today, I think. What I think the best way to do it is a rotation. So after 4 hours, move the ones off the top, bring them down to the bottom, just kind of slide everything back up and just do a flip flop with the smoker. See if we can't get that more even. Again, a huge pain in the ass to do it.
So how many are you fitting per rack? How many pans did you put on that top rack?
8.
And
there was some space. There was some space in there. And so there was 8 pork butts and a brisket on the top rack. On the first 2. No, first rack had 8 butts and a brisket. Next rack had, I think I went down to a brisket and 4. And then the bottom rack just had 4. So just playing with spacing. The lower I got, the more room I left.
And
which I think should have been the other way around.
So have you taken out the 4th rack?
No.
Okay.
All 4 in there.
All 4 in there still.
Yep. All 4 in there. And I didn't have to do it that way. It was more of what can we fit and how does it cook when it's that way.
Yeah.
I try to experiment when we have the time to do it, when I don't need those, didn't need all 16 of those butts that day. So if they go long, it's not a big deal. I can keep an eye on them. We can get them done. Let's figure out what's the worst case scenario. Because, yeah, my other smoker's the same way. If I put 16 butts in there, which would fit, they're going to take, 15, 16 hours versus 12 for all of them to get done.
I would think that the convection would still get everything done within a reasonable
right.
a reasonable distance from each other.
On another side note, some of those were garbage butts. When I say they were Hatfields from Meyer, which are my least favorite butts to cook in the world, but it's all I could get. Because all the GFSs in here were out of stock in the stores because they were on sale for $1.49 a pound.
Yeah.
So I had a hard time getting them. So half of those were from Meyer and they were Hatfields, and they've always taken longer to get to tender. There's just not as much fat in them. And they always are tougher.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that wasn't part of it. The ones I'm doing today will all be regular Swift. So we'll see how that goes and see if there's a difference tonight. But yeah. Pork for 1,000 people over 2 days, and 800 pieces of chicken for those same 2 days. Yeah,
it'd be interesting to see you pack that thing full of chicken and how long it's going to take.
So when I did all the chicken for the last Etna, which was 275 people, I think we did 185 pieces of chicken or something like that, give or take. I tried to keep it on my normal schedule. So normally we would do an hour on the rack and an hour wrapped for when we're doing chicken. Usually everything's good. Did take longer. But again, that top rack was done. So that one, you're golden there. It's the bottom racks that it just takes a little bit longer. So just playing with things. We'll figure it out. But starting tomorrow, we'll probably have both smokers lit for the next couple of days and rolling. Just so we don't have to jam pack everything, to make sure that everything is that we're not stressing ourselves by pushing time frames.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting. It is a giant pain in the butt having that smoker net on the trailer.
I bet.
And I mean, yeah, so it set up a table out there, but yeah, it's still I had a canopy over it, lost said canopy.
Oh.
I sent you a picture before. I said, hey, I'm having comp vibes. And yeah, it was right after I attached some more weight to the legs. Come back inside, I hear this big boom. I go outside. The canopy is holding on one bungee to the smoker. Because I anchored it on both sides of the smoker there. And the rest of the canopy was up on top of the garage. This one bungee stretched as far as it could possibly ever want to be stretched. Yep. So that canopy is in the garbage. And it's just been out open air since. So, which doesn't super excite me, it being out in the rain a little bit, but I've been assured that is okay. Yeah. There's a whole lot of vents with electronics right on the other side of those vents. It makes me very nervous as an IT person.
No shit.
But I mean, people have these on their, people have them on their porches and they're fine, That's a little bit protected from the weather, but they get wet. So yeah. Jason says, speaking of butts, do you guys ever weigh your raw and finished and get a very accurate yield? I have been recently and am not happy. I weighed my last 6 cases diligently and have averaged 52.43%. I did last year, just when I was doing food cost stuff and some other things, just to get a good average number. I think I did 2 weeks worth. And yeah, typically between 50 and 60%. Whenever I'm cooking for an open house, I always figure 50%. We're going to lose half. And I know it's not that, but that gives me the buffer when I'm doing the math that if something goes weird, we lose a butt or it fries and we can't use it or whatever, we have a buffer in the other ones.
Makes sense.
Have you gone through that, Skippy? Have you done a good yield test at anything?
No, I should, but I have not.
Yeah. We did lose a butt off the new smoker Friday morning.
Lost it?
Troy
dropped
lost it. Troy was pulling stuff off the new smoker, missed the step on the trailer. Ooh. And it went all over the porch, including that pan full of very good jus. On the bright side, it was 40 degrees, so it solidified like that. Made it super fun to clean up.
Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, we had another weird thing happen this week. Gosh, it was I keep remembering. So I get a phone call from Troy at 3:10 in the morning.
Oh. Good morning.
This was the first night. I think this was Friday. This was Friday too, I think. Yes, this was the first night that we cooked big meats overnight on the smoker. And I had planned on getting up earlier just to double check to make sure everything was good. Just in case everything got done fast, like you were saying, 8 hours. So I had an alarm set for 8 hours after the cook just to check on things. Apparently, I did not. I just ignored that alarm, dismissed it, and fell back asleep without even knowing it. So when he called me, when I got the phone call from him at 3, I was expecting that everything was toast in the smoker. So I accidentally declined his phone call and then sent him a text that I'm coming out right now. I get out there, get onto the trailer, and there's no lights on. Said, did you turn the lights off? He's like, no. The power went out. Which is why he called me. He said everything was fine, and then everything just turned off. Okay, well, let me go check. He said, I checked the breakers in here, everything is fine. I said, okay. Went out to where we have our little RV plug. Pam says, porch pork versus driveway brisket. Check the breaker. Yeah. Check the breaker on our box outside. That was fine. It's like, well, that's weird. Let me go downstairs and check. Or I checked the plug on the trailer, make sure it didn't wiggle loose or whatever. So the breaker on my breaker box in the house is what tripped. So I'm not sure why it tripped there and not the other place. But it wasn't anything normal, out of the ordinary. The breaker wasn't hot. So I don't know what was going on. Flipped it back on. Everything's been fine. But yeah, super bizarre day Friday was. Yeah, and then, a half hour later, he throws a brisket onto the porch.
Just great.
Friday was a good start to Friday.
It was just great. Yay.
Yeah, Friday was a good start. Good start Friday.
Oh, boy. Yeah, it was.
So yeah. But everything's been fine since then. Yeah, we have.
How are you? Oh, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Everything's fine. We gotta. Oh yeah, damn it.
You did missing something again?
No, Alex is thinking about work stuff. She's thinking about picking up some hours maybe. So I'm trying. This is her last full week of school.
You're thinking. Oh, she's thinking about picking up hours.
Yeah. Yeah, she's finally realized that she would like money. So trying to figure out where I can squeeze her in. Forgot that she had school next Tuesday still. So, yeah, ideally I want her for next Saturday. We have the barley brews barbecue thing that Chris and I typically do, but then we're doing the Cider Fest, which is also downtown Grand Rapids.
Oh, I saw that.
It's in Rosa Park Circle. They block it off. They're expecting like 350, 400 people. But we're the only food truck in the circle, in the blocked off area. Us and a donut truck. So figure that's worthwhile for us to be there. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what I'm trying to get her, if she can run the register for that event, and then try to get her a different day so they get her trained up.
Trained up.
So yeah. So yeah, we're gonna keep adding people. We keep getting busier, so we're gonna need people for all these catered events we're doing. There's a lot of them. We keep adding more. So
catered events is a good thing.
Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah. So yeah, for the year with that 15,000, we're up to gross sales of 72.4. We'll call it.
What? Huh?
72.4 is where we are at for the year. Rocking and rolling.
Yeah. Please hold. Please hold.
We are, however, down significantly for the month of May over last May, which is disappointing. We're making progress, but we're down 30% May to May. But last year, the counter days for Aetna, the order was different. So May 1st, we started out with their May 1st and 2nd were their two biggest ones. So that's the only reason we're technically down.
Well,
but we had an extra day off every week almost.
Every day off.
Yeah. So we had like 3 Sundays in May last year that we didn't work. So we took Mother's Day off. And then there was a Memorial Day, Monday, Tuesday. So we had an extra Tuesday off. So yeah, we had a lot of back-to-back days that we were closed. That is unusual.
Oh, still ahead of you.
With the way you say it makes me feel like it's still a very large margin.
God, no. You're doing $15,000 weeks. I'm lucky to do $5,000 weeks. 77.2.
Man. All right.
I mean, this week will be good because I have some invoices that are going to hit. But
whoever had May 12th on their card of when we report Josh passes Skippy is the winner.
You don't know yet.
You get a PB&J's gift card for $100
that Josh is paying for that he's going to send out. You don't know. I got 3 weddings this weekend.
We're going to do 20,000 this week.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we have the 2 Etna events are 16 that we have this week. So,
they may not hit. Don't they pay with a check? They might not hit until next week.
They do ACH, and they have been on top of things. So, I imagine those will come through on Wednesday. I still record them though in sales. But
of course you do.
Well, I like to have it on the right day.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we're down 30% right now in May. Down 12% for the year.
April to March, we were up 8% month over month, so that's good.
Jason, 100%, yes. You can give us a quick Bernie's year-to-date update. We would love it.
Please.
Only if it makes Skippy feel better, though. Skippy, you're doing a great job. You're doing a good job. Are you happy with the sales that you're doing?
I know.
Are you meeting expectations? Are you on track to meet your goals for the year?
I'm having $19,000 months, and you're having like fucking. The thing is, so I was going through my schedule last. Shut up. I was going through my schedule last year, just to see if there was anything that I did last year that I wasn't scheduled for this year. Just anything what did I miss? If there's anything, and just going through that schedule, I rarely had roadside days. It was all like a lot of catering, a lot of. Just a lot of events, things that you would call events.
Yeah,
is what I was doing.
Yeah,
and
organized affairs.
Events, yes.
Yeah,
and I haven't hit that yet. So
if you look, all right. So is your food truck down this year over last year? Food truck sales?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going every day in March.
Roadside, but you said you weren't doing a lot of roadside. You were just doing events. So what events?
Doing events.
So what events did you have last year that you aren't getting to this year? Did you reach out to everybody that like companies and stuff for employee events and stuff like that? Did you reach out to all of them and say, hey, if you need anything for the year?
Let's see.
While you're looking at your calendar, I'm going to go over Jason's stuff. Bernie's Blue Line Barbecue year-to-date sales, 62,837. Year over year, he's up 33%. Justin also chimes in. Now we got some one-upmanship going on here. $64,081.38. Congratulations. Good work, everybody. Good seeing these numbers. All I'm seeing is that I'm still winning. Just kidding, everybody.
In a major metropolitan area, you should be winning. Jesus.
I've only been open for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Justin's up 34%. Good job, Justin. I'm going to guess I have I'm paying more in payroll than anybody else, so.
It's possible.
I'd say likely. Oh, Skippy has a phone call. Skippy's so good. He mutes his when. Oh. Spam. Yes, would you like some financing? What could your business use to get you over the top? Jason says he needs a recount on Justin's numbers. Oh. I wonder if Skippy knows that he can turn down the volume on his call so he doesn't have to hold the phone away from his ear. I don't know that you can count that, Jason. That's just owner pay. You can't add a photo in the comments? Well, that's stupid. Good job, guys, though. Way to go. Those are solid numbers. Yeah, we have this coming up week. I'll talk to my co-host while Skippy's on the phone. Oh, Pammy. For the record, everybody, I would pay Pam more if she would let me. Her year-to-date income from Sweet Racks is $139, which is a significant increase from the prior year. I love you, Pam, and I would have you work all the time again if you could and wanted to. But I'd have to give you a significant raise. Probably triple your pay, if not quadruple it. Yeah, we have a whole lot of catering this week. Roadside's pretty limited. Tuesday's roadside all day. Skippy back? Oh, no, Skippy's not back. You can almost see the phone number on the phone. Yeah, Wednesday we have our biggest Etna event. And then that evening we're catering for 100 people, lacrosse team and their coaches. And then we're able to set up at the lacrosse game that evening to sell. And then, yeah, Thursday, just catering, another large Etna event. And then Friday, we have a catered lunch for a teacher appreciation event. And then Dutton family night at a school, which is usually a pretty decent night for us there, as long as the weather holds. And then, yeah, we're roadside on Saturday. So I would expect the Hudsonville lacrosse team that we're catering for, we're donating that. So no additional income there. But I would expect, yeah, I'd be 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. I would guess we'll be about 22, 23 for the week, 23,000 for the week. So I know, Pam, and you take your time. You have far more important things to deal with than our shenanigans on the trailer. Far, far more important things. And I can't ever imagine you coming back working 4 days a week. So, oh, Jason, we did our first ever food truck event with our new food trailer at a dispensary in 420. I think we received more free product than sales. Yeah, I will never do a dispensary ever again. I think we've done 2, and it's been terrible both times.
I'm back.
Good Lord, man.
I know you missed me.
Yeah. I was just going through our week, and my projection is about 22,000, I think, for this week.
Well, you said 20 earlier, so we're on that.
Okay.
Feel free to do 18.
It'd be like this if we only did 18, because
I'm saying
we should have 18 and just catered money.
I thought it was 16.
That's just the 2 events. We have a teacher appreciation that we're doing lunch for
teachers,
and and then we have a family night at an elementary school.
Oh, more family.
We only have 2 days that we're doing roadside for the day. Mm-hmm. The rest of it is heavy events and catered stuff. So
awesome. Yay. So we've got 2 weddings and a senior send-off this weekend that I'm making sure that I find enough people to run. It's always good to have enough people because some people don't update their schedule to figure out what their availability is.
Yeah, I'm there next week. We had somebody ask for next Saturday off, and I did not check that before I agreed to this other event. So, but we'll get there.
Did I hear something about free product and dispensaries and all this other shit?
Yeah, Jason said they did their first ever food truck event at a dispensary on 420. He said he thinks he received more free product than sales. He did 1,200, but
unless I get paid ahead of time, I'm never doing a dispensary.
That's what I said too. It has never been good for us.
We actually, so the same dispensary that I did like 2 years ago with the old trailer, Cousin's Maine Lobster came from Detroit to do the same dispensary, and somebody sent me what their lobster roll looked like.
Mm-hmm. And we have one in Grand Rapids now.
Oh, there's one everywhere now. Like
it just opened this last week. Saw some pictures.
Yeah, I don't like. I don't understand that. Like, I don't like lobster to begin with, so I guess that's But $25.
No wonder you don't understand.
$25 for a lobster roll. I mean, you have to.
And they're not big. Want one. They're not big at all.
No,
that was the post that I saw from setting up this week. Was it's good, it's quality, but it's expensive, and it's smaller portions. So,
yeah, I can't find the picture of it, but it was, yeah, definitely was not appetizing. I mean, they have a chicken quesadilla for like $18. So,
let me see if I can find it. Cousins Maine Lobster.
There's a barbecue competition this weekend that I'm not doing.
What?
I know. I'm taking the guaranteed money instead of doing it.
Good job.
We might actually even have to close the shop.
Whoa.
Well, I just got to make sure that guaranteed money is taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
We might be open. Like, we might just do online orders and just close at like 4 because the first place is like 5 that we have to get to. Mm-hmm. They're all obviously all in the evening. One of them's for the owner of the cafe's soon-to-be daughter-in-law, and she still hasn't paid her bill yet.
Yeah. These guys are getting everywhere.
Cousin?
Yeah, their Grand Rapids truck.
Yeah, franchising.
No, I mean, this truck is going everywhere.
Oh, gotcha.
Like they're going up to Cadillac, which is a good solid hour 40 from here.
Yeah.
To go to a family farm and home.
Yeah.
I mean, they're doing a Tractor Supply in Newaygo. I don't know, not think that that's the market for you. Maybe I'm wrong. But, they were there yesterday. I wonder how they did.
So the Detroit truck, and I don't know if there's more than one Detroit truck, is going to, they do roadside. I mean, this is all roadside stuff. They're doing like a car dealership in Adrian, which is a good solid almost 2 hours. For lunch, 11 to 3. They're doing the downtown street eats in Detroit, which I'd love to get Nick Lodato Twisted Street on the horn and see if he wants to talk about how his first event went downtown. Because as soon as that event happened, there was an MLive article about how everybody hates food trucks now.
Yeah. They're ruining business.
Oh, they got 2 trucks. Okay. Yeah, they got double events on Mondays, and they double events everywhere. But yeah, they're just going to. They're going to. Like they're going to Howell to the outlet mall, which is deader than 4 o'clock. Southfield Town Center. Yeah, this is crazy.
Yeah, it seems like you would have to hustle extra hard